Pisces, welcome to your December 2016 tarot reading. Um, yes, so what do we have here? We have you in December as the Fool. So this is, this is you entering a whole new chapter of your life, baggage free, as you can see with the Fool. This is sort of just I'm getting a really nice feeling from this for you, Pisces, of there's some burdens been put down, there's been some old emotional baggage been left behind, and you're moving into December carefree almost, that sort of sense of being a bit of a free spirit, a bit, just entering this whole new chapter of your life and being quite excited, not knowing where it's going to take you, but as a sense of being carefree and trusting. You're not listening to fear, you're just absolute sense of faith, basically, to tell you the truth, which is what Pisces is about. It's about faith. You're ruled by Neptune, which means faith. What challenges you is the Sun, which is a very interesting challenge card, really, because the Sun has no negative connotations. I think it's a challenge card, and it's very interesting with a Fool because, because I would say the Sun is a challenge card, but could maybe point to not feeling on top of the world, feeling a bit blocked, not feeling that life's totally on your side. But you've got the Fool card, which is so opposite. So I think it's a challenge card. There may be days when you're not feeling that full vitality, you're not feeling that full sense of aliveness, or maybe it's just, as a challenge card, it's asking you just to contain your energy. I have no idea what that means. Some people could be experiencing sad when they feel that they just need more sunlight in their life. So it could be that simple, because there's nothing that negative going on for you with this Fool card. So I'm saying, for some of you, you might just be missing, you just might be missing sunlight. We're in December, going into December, where you might just be missing summer, springtime. I have no idea, but it's going to be different meanings to different people. But just remember that as a challenge card. And if you do get into a personally difficult place, that it might just be that you're challenged just to feel that vitality and that sense of aliveness within you. So not sure, but you enter December with the King of Swords. So this could be an air sign person. He's more mature. So for many of you, this could be you could be meeting someone who represents these characteristics. So yeah, I always find the King of Swords very which word to do? In some ways he can be very, very sober, very very serious. But on the positive, he's got his throne, he's got his crown. So this could be you just taking charge of your own life and your own thinking. So you're no longer dominated by painful thoughts. You're sort of almost like the Fool. It's like you've cut through quite a lot, Pisces, and you're feeling quite free, and you're feeling that you're feeling really solid in yourself, which is a really nice thing to see. If this card represents you, very similar to the Fool. So you've cut through some old baggage, you've used a sword, and you've just almost said, no, that's finished, that's complete, and I'm leaving that cycle of my life behind. You then move on to the Hanged Man. So again, the Hanged Man can be a bit frustrating. It's that sense of feeling that you're left dangling, feeling that you're having to wait, something that you're waiting for isn't fully coming to fruition. And maybe that's where the Sun might feel a bit blocked, that you're really ready. You're just feeling really carefree in this Fool card, ready for a whole new chapter. but you've still been asked to wait a little bit. But don't forget, this Hanged Man is about the crown chakra, a bit like the King of Swords. It's about enlightenment. It's about cutting through the old ways of being to reveal that beautiful crown chakra, that beautiful free-spiritedness, which is the Fool card. So, but for some, there's definitely a sense of waiting and maybe a tiny bit of a ready for this whole new chapter to begin. But maybe that sense of when is it going to begin? So there could be a bit of a sense of delay here. Just look out for it, something to consider. But the Hanged Man is about letting go. It's about surrender, very much like the Fool card. Essentially, most of the major arcana are about that, basically. But you're not in charge of this process. It's a major one, so we're never in charge of the major arcanas. We're only in charge of the minor ones. So there you go. So at the root of the matter, you've got the Knight of Wands. So this could be a fire sign person, male or female. Very dynamic, riding into your life, Pisces. I think if this is a person for you, they bring loads of fun, they bring loads of activity and a little bit of passion to your life. So any of you Pisces who are going to experience this night, I love the Knight of Wands because he's fun. He's not that serious. He's not someone to take that serious, but loads of fun. And some Pisces could be having this person come into their lives. For others, this is just about you wanting to charge forward again. You're just ready to move on, Pisces. That's what I'm getting. And just be careful about getting too frustrated that it's not your time yet, because there might be delays with this Hanged Man. And the King of Pentacles, he's so slow moving, this king, that it could be a waiting phase. At the top of the deck, you've got the Ten of Discs, which is really lovely. That's, you know, this is about financial abundance, prosperity. Some could be moving house. There's a sense of many Pisces have got what they need materially. And you're also focusing quite a lot on your own security, on new chapters of your life. There's that sense of quite a lot of your energies going into this, almost manifesting a whole new chapter. I keep getting it, this new chapter, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, especially with that Fool. And with the Hanged Man, I'm getting a sense of maybe a few delays. But your challenge card, now your advice card is really interesting. It's the Page of Swords. Now, the negative side of the Page of Swords is his impatience. Oh my gosh. He reminds me of a teenager or a child just waiting for Christmas Day. You know, that ultra hyper energy. And as an advice card, I'm wondering if what he's saying is you're going to have to be very mindful of this impatient energy, and you're going to have to slow everything down, because things are going to happen in the time of the Hanged Man and the time of the King of Pentacles, which is very, 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 very slow, basically. And I think this advice card is to be careful of your nervous energy, of your impatience. Just keep cutting through the debris, keep cutting through the crap that might be blocking you. But you're not in charge of the time. The King of Pentacles is in your environment card, and you've got no power over this card. So everything in the Pentacle world goes really slowly, at a really slow pace. And you've got no power over it, Pisces. And this is what it's saying. So I think there might, for some, there's going to be a delay in moving forward. And the advice card is just to not get yourself worked up about it, to slow everything down. And it's going to be quite hard to slow down with this Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Sun. Everything's very exciting, for you, and you've done so much. You've done so much inner work. You've cut through so much garbage. I can really feel that, especially with that Fool. That's always a sign of releasing old. But again, your hopes and fears card is the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got this very slow moving energy again. And again, this is about, as a feeling, Pisces, that a lot of your focus and a lot of the change you're putting in is connected to your security. Not only financial, but emotional. It's almost that you're looking for a new chapter, which is going to accommodate looking after everything that you need. And there's a sense of you beginning to nurture your own self and care for your own self. And what's nice here is the King and Queen are together. There's a union going on here. So for some of you, this could be an earth sign man that you're waiting on. And I think you're a bit fed up waiting here with the hopes and fears. But so this could be a relationship that you're hoping is going to come forward. But this king is so slow. And I think that's where some of your frustrations are coming from, and where the Hanged Man's coming from. He's not moving fast. And that's why this is coming up in your hopes and fears. This could be a marriage card for some people. This could be a union here. Now your outcome is the 5 of Discs, but don't worry. You've then got the Tower and the Magician right next to it. So this 5 of... We're back to this waiting again. Not for everyone, but if you're waiting for this King of Pentacles to make a move, there's a sense of maybe towards the end of the month you're still waiting. Maybe. Maybe not, and it's not going to be for all of you. This could be a financial thing, but it's not what I'm getting. I'm not feeling that really. I'm sort of feeling that I've got this feeling of so much good going on for you, Pisces, but a bit of a waiting and ending December feeling a little bit out in the cold. But then comes the Tower paired with the Magician, and basically this is about you blasting through any debris in the end of December. It's that a decision's been made that you're not taking any debris into January with you. That Tower there represents that aha moment, that I've got the power in my life and I always have had it, and now I'm going to use it to create the life I want. Very interesting reading, and I'm sorry if it didn't make much sense. I'm going to try and the last 2 minutes sort of bring it all together, but there's a sense of you, Pisces, of being this Fool, this drop. You've dropped so much baggage. You've cut through so much crap. For some, there could be a fire sign and an earth sign person, definitely. But it's a sense of maybe being a little bit delayed, of having to wait a little bit. I'm definitely getting that, particularly those who are waiting for this guy to act. You've got no control over him. For some, you could be waiting on money, on inheritance. But this king will not move. He moves in his own time. But there's a sense of maybe a few delays, and it's causing you a few fears. And you might go and leave December feeling it, but look, it's not going to stay long. You realise that you've got the power, Pisces, in your own life, and you're going to go forward and make it happen. Okay, I'm sorry this was confusing. I'm going to post the relationship readings in a few days. Look out for them. It might give you more clarity. And bye.